Every year, the Salvation Army serves nearly 30 million people in need. That's one person every second. So by the time you've finished watching this, 30 more lives will have been changed for good. All thanks to your donations.
Thank you.
Give today.
All right, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, live. Live from WDNN North Georgia Television Studio. I am Jason Hopkins, and we are here for the 2023 Billy Little Salvation Army Telethon. And I am joined up here with Miss Billie Little, the coordinator for this wonderful event, and Cherry Robertson, the co-chair for the telethon as well. Both lovely ladies joining me here on the stage, giving of their time for this wonderful event where we're changing the lives, the children's lives for the better. So very, very excited about what we're doing here. We've got the panel of esteemed Salvation Army board members collecting calls and donations for this event. And so we'll be talking more about that. But what I want to do real quick is I want to ask Billie, this event, what is, this is our 26th year. What keeps you coming back year after year?
Because I think it's worth coming back every year. And I thank the people in this area for supporting us like you have in the past years. We still need you, and please call us. These children still need to go to camp.
That is so, so true. All right, and Cherry, tell us, what does this event mean to you?
To me, it's an opportunity for the kids just to get out of their routine over the summer. It's a chance for them to break into opportunities or activities that they may not normally get to. And it's a chance for them to get off the screen and get outside and play.
That is it. So we are changing lives, and we want to hear more about this. Miss Judy Elliott, you have an interview for us.
Well, thanks, Jason. I am here now on set with talking with Captains Arnaldo and New York Pena. Hey, guys, thanks for letting us be part of the Salvation Army telethon, the Billy Little telethon. I mean, thank you so much for letting us be here.
Thank you so much. We are so happy to be here. And as always, we say to do the most good.
Definitely so. And I know there's a lot of things exciting that's happening in our community. And I think we talked a little bit earlier, even in Murray County, a lot is going on there with the Salvation. New York, talk to me a little bit about some of the things that are happening.
Well, we recently were able to open a new social service facility there in Murray County. It's a great place, and we call it a place of hope. It is a place of hope because it is a location where families, when they are in need, they know that they can be there, and we will help them in many ways that we can. And it's so exciting for us to be able to be in that city and to be able to provide for all of those that may be in need. Because at some point in life, everybody needs hope.
Definitely.
Right? Everybody needs hope. And right there we serve, we have different ways to serve the community. One of them is we have a food bank that opens Monday through Thursday from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. And families can go every 30 days to get food. We also help with their bill, power, their rental, mortgage, water. So there is many ways that we can help the community there in Murray County. And we are so happy because not only we can help the community, but we have a great community supporting the Salvation Army there in town.
Right.
They love the Salvation Army, and they know what we do for the community, and they support us in many ways.
Right. And sometimes I think that a lot of people don't really stop and realize all the many areas that the Salvation Army covers for our community and throughout the country. And I know Captain Arnaldo, tell me a little bit about some of the things that are happening as well from your perspective in your areas.
Well, everything that Nurka just said about Morley also happened here in Whitfield County in our home. And we had the same capacity to serve people with food, rental assistance, all the varieties of things that we do to help our community. Mm-hmm. And also, we do have the different programs to our community that we'll be talking about during this wonderful time that we are together. So I'm not gonna want to take time for other people.
Know.
So, but we have many things, good things happening here in our community, and we are grateful that we have this such community that support us in everything that we need.
Right, and I don't know if other people have seen it, but I received a newsletter just recently from the Salvation Army, from the local here. It was like your spring newsletter. Mm-hmm. Man, I'm telling you, that newsletter really tells a lot, and it has a lot of testimonials from people who have had so much help from the Salvation Army, and these are local people.
Yes.
Yes.
And I know you know the one I'm referring to, but like people have even mentioned in there, like the Salvation Army was an angel for them that came to their rescue in time of need.
Yes.
And that has to be such a rewarding thing for you guys to encounter when you see people getting help.
Yes, it is. It makes us feel happy that we are able to provide for families. Not only financially, but also spiritually.
Yes.
To be able to provide the hope that families need in sometimes in life. We also, I don't know if you know, but we also do angel tree during Christmas, and we call it
Angel
Sharing
trees.
is Caring. And
Yes.
that is another great program.
Yes.
It's amazing to see how the whole, because it's a community team, Sharing is Caring, but to see how kids can receive gift under the tree on Christmas Day.
I know.
And that is great, because sometimes we take for granted, right?
Right.
And we don't know what other families go through.
Right.
But to be able to see the smiles on the kids' faces
Yeah.
when they wake up on that Christmas morning and they see toys
Right.
under the tree.
Right.
So that's another great community program that we offer.
Definitely. So if people want to be volunteers, I'm sure that are watching tonight and say they want to be part of helping our community through the Salvation Army, can they call and just say, I'm wanting to get involved?
Yes.
Yes. If somebody wants to volunteer, we need volunteers. The Salvation Army move through volunteers. Most of the people that really help us are volunteers. The number will be here in the screen, and you can call us. Anything that you want to help us, we are here.
Definitely so. Well, again, thank you so much for spending some time with me tonight on this great evening that we have here at North Georgia Television, raising money for these kids to go to camp. That's what it's all about tonight, but you'll learn so much more tonight with the Salvation Army as you watch through the evening. Thanks again, guys. Now I'm going to throw it back over to Jason. Jason, take it away.
All right. Thank you so much, Judy. And for the words, Captains Ornato and Pena, for telling us about the wonderful experience these kids and the Salvation Army provides these kids and changing their lives. What an amazing ministry this is. Again, I'm Jason Hopkins, coming to you all live from WDNN studio, where here we are at the 2023 Billy Little Telethon, helping support kids, getting them into the Salvation Army camps. For the greater Dalton area, we have 6 weeks of summer camp, and then we also have a wonderful week-long camp experience at the foot of Fort Mountain Sharp Top in Jasper, Georgia. And every donation you make tonight during this telethon helps a child go to one of those camps where their life is going to be changed. They're exposed to fine arts, teamwork, friendships that they'll have for a lifetime. It's just really an amazing time. Please call that number on your screen or put your phone on the QR code to learn the ways to contribute. And here we have the board of Salvation Army board, where they're manning these phones for your calls. I want to interview our chairperson, David McDaniel, if we can. I know he's on the phone. We might have to ask him to pause for a second. He's at work. That's a good thing. David, you know, we just appreciate you being here, doing what you're doing, your leadership for the board. But what makes you come back for this telethon year after year?
Well, there's just great people to work with here on this board. There's great hosts. You know, y'all just do such a wonderful job. How could we say no? But just knowing the good work that is done, the children that get the experience of coming to this camp, and just the love and appreciation that we have for the people that volunteer and make this camp possible, it's a wonderful, life-changing thing for these kids.
Well said. That is so true, and that's why we're here. We're here for the kids, and we want, with that, talk more about these camps, or to see more about these camps. I want to kick it over to this video that you could take in right now. Right. I think with that was a great video telling us more about the Salvation Army camps, and I believe we have an interview coming up. All right. I think that...
So excited to be here with these guys, and this is Presley and Destiny, and thank you so much for coming talk with me today.
You're welcome.
Thanks for having us.
It's a really big honor.
Well, thank you so much. I think we found our next little talk host here on the set right here, and that's Presley. Hey, tell me a little bit about camp, because it's very important that we're raising funds tonight for the camp, for all the kids to be going to, and this is such a great night. Tell me what you feel about this night, about raising money and about this camp.
It's a really good thing, because Salvation Army is a really like a dream come true, because it's a really good place for kids to like cooperate with kids in need, and people that need to go to Salvation Army, I think they should, because it's a really good place.
Oh yeah, so that's very well said. And tonight, we want you to participate and call in and donate for this fund, because this is, for instance, this is just one example of one kid that went to camp and how it's changed your life as well. And I'll come back to that in just a second. And I want let me talk with Destiny. Destiny, what is this like to have a telethon for kids to go to camp, such as Presley?
Well, I'll speak for us. It was amazing, because first of all, it was free of charge, and you know, I didn't have to pay anything out of pocket, and it just came right whenever I needed it. I'm a single mom, so I work all throughout the summer, of course. I don't get a break like she does. So summer camp was it was awesome. She got to experience so many things, and Salvation Army just helps us so much anyways. The camp, she went on trips and always came home with a big smile on her face. Aww. She was so happy there. She was really loved.
Yeah. definitely so. Well, tell me some of the things that you got to do when you were at camp.
We got to go to the zoo. We seen a lot of animals. We got to see some animals that we never seen before, and it was a really good experience for me. And whenever I came home that day, I was like, Mom, I had the best day of my life, because I got to see like many like snakes and different kinds of animals that I've never actually seen before. Someone mentioned the red panda, and I was like, do they have them here?
You got to see a red panda?
No, I thought because they. Because
I was like, man, she's got me fooled.
And my award was the best personality.
You got that? I am not surprised. I am not surprised that you got the best personality.
A lot of people ask me, hey, what's your name, what's your name, what's your name, what's your name? I was like, Presley, but they called me Paisley, which was really funny, made me giggle. So, yeah, I was really loved there, and a lot of people loved like me there. So.
Right. Well, is there anything that you'd like to tell or ask the people who are watching to help give tonight so other kids can go to camp?
Kids, you should definitely go there.
Aw, that's great. Well, I know you had a wonderful time, and you also met a lot of friends, I'm sure, that probably still are your friends.
Yes.
Right? So, what school do you go to?
I go to Westwood, and let me tell you now, that is the best school.
Really?
It's a really good school. There's a lot of like kids that I've never actually seen before, so like I make a lot of friends there.
Super. Well, it sounds like you really have a great life. You enjoy life, and Salvation Army has been such a great part of it. I'm not sure, you know, what all you're involved in now, but man, you have got a bright future ahead of you. I can see that now. So I just want to say, you know, thank you so much for coming and being so brave to be on TV. Were you nervous?
Yeah, I was very nervous. I was like shaking, and I was like, my belly just flipped. I was like, oh gosh.
Well,
first time being on TV.
How do you feel now? You feel nervous now?
No, I feel very calm now.
Does this feel like home, having the TV right in front of you? TV cameras?
Yes.
I think it does.
Because I have a TV in the house that I stare at.
All right, guys. So much fun being with you tonight. And I will say, it's been a great pleasure to have you. I want you to come back and be on TV with me. Will you do that sometime?
I definitely will.
Oh, you got it. All right. Hey, send money for these kids to go to camp. We need more like this, right? All right, well, guys, again, thank you so much for being with us. We'll continue raising money tonight for the telethon. And don't forget, call the number on your screen. Make your donation now for kids to go to camp. Thank you, and I'm going to pitch it over now. Let's go to the total board, and let's see what we have right now.
Sponsors: Little Caesars, Krispy Kreme, Crystals, Dalton Utilities, and Dalton Utilities OptiLink, and our donors as well: Bundros, Edwards, Brown, Lockett, Bennett, Kuznak, Davis, Cleghorn, Merritt, Fairchild, Saul, and Lyle. Thank you so much. And now let's take a look at our totals.
Right now our totals are at $3,860. We have a goal of $35,000, so please make sure you give us a call at 706-529-3000. Back to you, Jason.
All right. Thank you, Leah and Kylie, for giving us that first total. Our goal for this evening for the 2023 Billy Little Salvation Army Telethon is $35,000, and every phone call, every contribution, it goes towards hitting that goal where we're changing a child's life one by one, dollar by dollar, to get them to one of these summer camps that's serving the youth of the greater Dalton area. So please call 706-226-2626 2611 or put your phone on the QR code that's on your screen, and that gives you all the opportunities to contribute via PayPal, Apple Pay, bank transfer, mailing in a check. We just want those contributions to come in and change lives, children's lives for the better. What a wonderful event this is, and we thank you in advance for your contribution. So here on the telethon stage, I am joined by the Divisional Secretary, Major Gary Sturdivant, with the Salvation Army. And Major Gary and I were talking just a few moments ago, and he has got some history with the Dalton area and with this event. Major Gary, tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, I was stationed as the Dalton Corps Officer 23 years ago here, and so this is a great event. I was telling him that Billie, she hasn't aged at all. I was here 23 years ago. I look older than her, but Billie Little is an amazing individual. It's hard to say no to her, and so I'm glad to be here tonight making a difference.
Well, we are glad that you are here, and no truer words have been spoken that it's hard to say no to Billie Little. The passion that she exudes for this event, it just makes you want to contribute. And so, with that, Major Gary, what brings you to this event tonight? What's your passion behind this event?
Well, I was looking up numbers. When children are involved in extracurricular activities, especially like a band program, they last. They make it through high school. They go to higher education. Even some of the at-risk children, if they're involved in those extracurricular activities, like the marching band or the Salvation Army band, then of course they just have a better life. And so the camp experience, we say it all the time, camp changes lives. And I'm telling you, some of these kids walk away from camp, they're totally different than they were when they arrived.
No, that is so true. And, the dollars that are raised for this event get the children to the camp. If not for the money that's raised in this event, they do not go. And by going to these camps, while it may seem like a brief portion of the summer, the real impact is for a lifetime, and that is a long time. And we just thank you so much for your contributions. Again, 706-226 2611 and excuse me, I'm so sorry, 706-529-3000. I stand corrected. I apologize. 706-529-3000, and again, the QR code that is on your screen, just put your phone on there, and that gives you ample additional ways in which you can contribute. That is for certain. So, Major Sturdivant, in terms of you have history with this event as well. Between when you started, I think you said 23 years ago, to where you are now, what's different, or what do you think is really most impactful for this event?
I think it's just amazing over that many years of time, because today everything is like instant and then it's over. But this telethon lasting as long as it has, and every year the folks in this community just keep giving more dollars. And so it's just so wonderful in a community like Dalton to have that closeness where people love one another and they want to give and they want to make a difference. And those children that they're sending to camp, whether it's here in Dalton or whether it's at Grandview, they're going to make a difference in this community as they get older.
That's right, definitely. We're making a wonderful impact tonight. Please consider giving tonight. Major Sturdivant, thank you so much for your service and being here this evening. It means the world for us, especially with the history that you have with this event and with Salvation Army. Speaking of the Salvation Army, let's learn a little bit more about the core values that really make them the special organization that they are.
The Salvation Army is motivated by our core values in all we do. Choosing to be brave as we help disaster survivors who are searching for a glimpse of hope. Showing compassion through our unemployment services and prison ministries for those looking for a way out of their brokenness. Passionately caring for our youth through summer camps, daycare centers, educational programs, and providing gifts at Christmas for families in need. Being uplifting through our rehabilitation centers and programs for those struggling with alcohol or substance abuse. Building trust within communities as we combat human trafficking, love the elderly, and overcome poverty by creating a pathway of hope.
Oh, all right. So, great. Great video there. And now, Judy, I believe you have an interview for us.
Well, now I'm talking with Leah Spuler, who is the Social Service Director at the Salvation Army. And we want to talk a little bit about some of the things that you're involved in. And thank you so much for spending some time with us tonight.
Thank you for having me.
Now, I know that you're very much involved with Pathway of Hope and some of the other programs, long-term programs. Tell me a little bit about what that is.
Sure. We have 3 case management programs. We have one which is our Pathway of Hope, and we have 2 transitional housing programs. Pathway of Hope is a great program based with the Salvation Army that helps families gain sufficiency. So they are working towards improving their health and well-being, their economic stability, finding jobs and getting better jobs that pay more, helping improve their spiritual relationship, as well as just some case management and guidance to help improve their life, with the purpose of decreasing generational poverty.
Right, and that's very, very important.
Yes.
To be able to make that jump in generational, to make that next step forward. And I know that there's got to be so much reward for you as you see these people having a second chance.
Yeah, these families work really hard to get to where they want to be. They set their own goals, they work on the action steps, they are doing all the hard work, and I just get to really be the cheerleader to help them make those dreams come true for themselves.
Right. As we talked earlier, a lot of people have times in their lives that you just can't help, you can't prevent. And this is when a lot of times the Salvation Army will step in to help those people, and that could be anyone. It could be me today, tomorrow. I mean, it's amazing what all you can do with that. Now, I know with what's the transitional program? Kind of give me a little bit more about that. How does that work?
Yeah, we have 2 transitional housing programs. We have one where we have 4 units actually at our location on Thornton Avenue in Whitfield County, where families can live up to 2 years, and it is no cost to them. So they're able to really build their lives from homelessness to stability. And then we also have 7 units that are available. We have a partnership with the Dalton Whitfield CDC and the Housing Authority, and they have 7 units that we can put families in. So we're able to help with housing for them, more temporary housing, like 6 months or so, sometimes up to a year for housing depending on their needs. With a housing crisis, housing is hard to come by, so it's great for us to be able to put a family in need in a unit like this so they can get to where they want to be and find permanent housing.
Oh, that's wonderful. But again, the beauty of that also is the Salvation Army has, it's kind of like, they have guidelines too, that you can't just go live there and not try, right? Kind of, what are some of the things, and I think you mentioned it earlier, they're required to try to help themselves along the way.
Absolutely. We, all of our families and all of our programs for require case management services. So they meet regularly with the case manager once a week, once every 2 weeks. They stay in constant contact. They're looking at their goals, their finances, and a little bit of everything in between to help them get where they want to be, which a lot of times for those transitional housing families is just permanent housing and some stability to make sure that they stay in permanent housing and they don't become homeless again.
Right. Do these families also become involved with the Salvation Army when it comes to their services and, their worship services and some of that?
Actually, the family who was just interviewing, she is in our Pathway of Hope program, and she is able to give back at times like this to really talk about how it's benefited her family. And we have many clients who come and can help volunteer as well and mentor other families.
Right. You're talking about the mother-daughter team?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, that was quite an interview. I enjoyed that so much.
Yeah, they're a great family.
Yes. Now, kind of give me an example of some of the families that you've served. Like, what are some of the instances? Have they lost their jobs? Has their homes burned? Like, what are some of the reasons?
It can be really about anything. Sometimes it's just a single crisis in their life. It can be homelessness. It can be domestic violence. It can be losing a job. It can be losing a spouse or a partner, and that makes a big difference in your finances when you could have that cut in half. So really about any family, they just have to be families with kids under 18 who are in poverty and looking to change their life and break that cycle of crisis, to make sure that their kids have a great example and have the skills that they need to make sure that they don't fall into the same crisis issues that maybe their parents have.
Right. And I would imagine they learn so much from this. I mean, the children do as well, because they see there is hope, there is help out there. And so, sometimes we get thinking, well, there's no one out there that cares. And that is so important that the Salvation Army steps in there and helps take that burden, so to speak, away and helps them transition into a better life.
Yeah, these families work really hard.
Yeah.
They're all hard workers.
That's great. Well, this is just some of the many services that we're talking about tonight. You're going to find out more and more about the Salvation Army. But there again, you want to give tonight to the summer youth camps. This is the Billy Little Summer Youth Services. So you stay with us. We're going to wrap it up here. Thank you again. We're going to go back over now, and I think we're going to look at a video here about the transitional services.
Hope is a gift. A light that helps you take in this world, all its beauty. But life can be difficult. What do you do when you lose sight of hope? Unemployment, bills, head barely kept above water. Doubt tries to paralyze. Where do you even start? The Salvation Army's pathway of hope exists to help those trapped in the cycle of crisis and vulnerability. You are not called to move forward alone, but you are called to move forward. Remember why. Remember who. Remember, you are not alone. There is a pathway to take. If you are motivated and ready to take action, Pathway of Hope case managers at the Salvation Army are equipped to meet you where you are, offering guidance and tools to move forward. Remember why. Remember who. Look up and see a pathway of hope.
All right. Well, if you are just joining us, you have joined WDNN North Georgia Television Studio, where we are conducting the 2023 Billy Little Salvation Army Telethon. And we are collecting contributions to help children go to summer camp where their life will be changed forever, where they learn amazing new skills, are exposed to lifetime friendships and concepts like teamwork, and exposed to music. It's an amazing experience. The testimonies go on, and they happen because of your contributions. Dialing 706-529-3000, putting your phone to the QR code at the bottom of your screen gives you endless ways to contribute. $, $5, $50, whatever amount, we will take it, and we greatly thank you for your contributions. I'm joined on the telethon stage with Captain Pena with the Salvation Army, and the Salvation Army touches so many lives, not just children's, but in so many capacities, in so many amazing ways. This ministry is just so impactful, part of which is help with disasters. Captain Pena, can you tell us a little bit about that?
Well, one of the things that we do is the disaster work. When a disaster strike, and we are very familiar for that, for tornadoes, hurricanes, things of that nature that happen, in the Salvation Army is always the first there. We are there to serve the people that are going through this disaster. Thankfully, here in our location, we had a mobile unit that is used to feed the people, even the first responders and the people that are being displayed for whatever disaster natural they are facing. So we are thankful that we have that vehicle. That vehicle, every time the disaster strike, our vehicle is on the road. The last time was in Florida when the hurricanes, the two hurricanes hit the Florida west coast. We were there and serving during this time. And not only that, not only when the disaster, but after the disaster, we continue supporting the families that have been affected. Yeah.
Just absolutely amazing, and to think that that when Salvation Army as an organization, how it's just it really is a life-changing organization for the better, and taking disaster and really helping people get back up on their feet. I just am amazed at the work that you guys do. What do you think about what's going on tonight? How can you encourage people to give?
Well, I know has been said many times, but we are not tired to say that camp changed life. So that's why we're here this evening to help kids to change their life. As has been said, it is a great experience for these wonderful kids that come to our facilities, and we will take care of that. We need you. We need your contribution. We need you to reach the goal that we set, so we can help more kids. Because at the end, that's what we do. Yes. Help the people.
That's it. Helping the kids. The goal is $35,000. Every dollar helps us towards that goal. Please, 706-529-3000. Please call those contributions in. Give online. And as we talk more about the camps that are changing these children's life, this next video talks about the summer music program that is a part of these camps. Let's learn more about it now.
Okay, and again, we want to say a huge thank you to our sponsors, Little Caesars, Krispy Kreme, Crystals, Dalton Utilities OptiLink, and we also want to say a huge thank you to our donors, Bradley, Miner, Panel, Moore, Cheryl, Rollins, Laughter, Sims, Dosh, Wright, Paladman, Whitmore, Daniel, Elliott, Moorshed, Adcock, Bowen, Adams, Rogers, Tice, and Turner. Now let's take a look at those numbers.
All right, let's get our updated numbers.
Thank you for your support.
Our total is $12,050. Remember, our goal is $35,000. So give us a call at 706-529-3000. To Judy.
Well, I tell you, that total board is looking fantastic, but we can use some more. So you keep making those calls to 706-529-3000 as we continue the Billie Little telethon tonight. And hey, I'm talking now with Liz Spuler. I have trouble with that name. I'm sorry, that last name. But we're going to talk, I know you were on a little bit earlier with me, but now we're going to talk about the FES and Food Center. Now, tell me, what is the FES stand for?
FES stands for Financial Emergency Services.
Okay. And tell me about the new services that you're offering.
Yeah, so with our financial emergency services, families who are struggling to make payments on their utilities or their rent, mortgage, they're able to give us a call on the first and third Monday of the month to set up an appointment, and they can come in and get some financial assistance once a year if they are in need. So a lot of times, people may lose their job or in between jobs and they're unable to make their payment. A loved one passes away and they're unable to make the full bill. So they're able to give us a call and we can help them get an appointment and help get that covered.
Right. So, and you say that's the first and third Monday?
Yes, first and third Monday of the month. They can come in and we schedule appointments from 9 until 11:30.
Okay. So I guess you have to find out a little bit about what the situation is, what's going on with them.
Absolutely.
And I'm sure that, there is some qualifications that, of course, that they need to answer, of course, from that. But just pick up the phone and they call?
Yeah, they can give us a call and our caseworker is able to talk with them, kind of understand their situation. Everybody's situation is different. So they can talk with them, kind of figure out what's going on. And if they are appropriate, then they can give us a call or they can come in for an appointment.
Sure.
And we can help.
Right. Now, one of the other things that I want to talk about is that food center, because I've taken a tour over to the food center. I mean, it is really a nice place, and it makes you really want to give to the Salvation Army from that aspect. Just another reason why we should be helping the Salvation Army. That food center is awesome. Tell me a little bit about, and I'm sure that you how can people help, I guess is my question.
Yeah, anybody can help by donating food, hygiene items, anything like that. They are always welcome to donate to our food center.
Right. Now, when is food given? I know this is usually given in a box, right?
It is. We do food boxes Monday through Thursday, starting at 1 o'clock, and we typically serve about 20 families every day.
Wow, that's a lot. Give me an example of what's in the food box.
All sorts of things. We get donations from local stores as well, so it kind of can vary. But we are able to give families canned goods. We have meat, produce. We're able to, again, help with like macaroni and cheese, breakfast items. It all depends on what we have donated at that time. Peanut butter, just some staple items to help get families through 2 weeks.
Wow, 2 weeks is a long time.
Yes, and we're able to accommodate based on the family size as well.
Sure.
So a family of 2 or 3 looks different than maybe a family who has many kids. We're able to help make sure that they're able to feed their family.
Right. And again, that is Monday on the first and third of the month.
They can come in any Monday through Thursday for food.
The other is financial.
Yes, they have to call and make an appointment.
Right, but for the food, when is that again?
Monday through Thursday, starting at 1 o'clock until 4.
Okay, all right. And again, if you want to make donations to the food center, what kind of things are you looking for? What can someone bring?
Staple items are great. So things like peanut butter, rice, beans, items that you can make many meals from, and a little bit goes a long way for something like rice and beans. And those are great items to donate. A family can make a lot of different meals with that.
Right, and things that don't go old very quickly.
Exactly.
So that's fantastic. Well, thank you so much for your time, your service, and being part of the Salvation Army, because, again, doing the best here is the Salvation Army reaches out in so many different directions. These are some of just the small areas, and I don't mean small, but I just mean there's so many of them. This is just one of the few areas that the Salvation Army is serving our community and the world. I mean, it's just fantastic. Thank you so much again for being with us. And I'm going to throw this over to Jason, and Jason is at the phone center. He's going to be talking over there in a few minutes. Jason, would take it away.
All right. Thank you, Judy and Leah. Some great information they shared with us. And if you're just tuning in, ladies and gentlemen, you've tuned into the 26th annual Billy Little Salvation Army Telethon, where we are collecting donations by dialing 706-529-3000 or putting your phone to the QR code on your screen and giving through endless ways: credit card, PayPal, Apple Pay, bank transfer, what have you, where every dollar helps a youth from the greater Dalton area get to a summer camp, whether it's here in Dalton or Camp Grandview down in Jasper, Georgia. Please consider giving tonight. We greatly appreciate it. Just an amazing event that we're doing here. And this event does not happen without the individuals on our phone bank. These are esteemed Salvation Army board members, and they're working hard. You can see them on the phone. Please keep them busy by dialing that number, 706-529-3000. And we also, while we're up here, we want to recognize one of our board members who I believe is celebrating or just celebrated a birthday, Mr. Ace Hammock. Happy birthday, sir. Yes. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Ace. Happy birthday to you. All right. Thank you, Ace. Look at that. He doesn't even interrupt his birthday celebration because he's on the phone. I mean, that is total commitment, ladies and gentlemen. We appreciate you, Ace, very much. We also want to just get a quick word here. We're joined here. I don't have to travel too far to reach Tom Bundress. Tom, tell us about why. I mean, you've done this year in, year out, which we thank you, and just what gets you coming back every year.
I think this is just a wonderful opportunity for area children to come be ministered to and just have a terrific time at the summer day camp. I mean, if not for the efforts of Billy Little and the board members you see here and the support of our community, a lot of these children wouldn't have much of a summer experience, much more less being exposed to the good message and valuing that the Salvation Army provides.
No, that's well said, and that really sums up. Thank you, Tom. That sums up where these contributions go. They help local youth. Every dollar you give is a local dollar that helps these kids get to camp that otherwise they would not be able to get to. So please consider giving. 706-529-3000. Again, if it's $1, we'll take it. $5, $10. You can pay credit card. You can just PayPal, any number of ways. We just appreciate those contributions. Goal is $35,000. We're just over $12,000, almost halfway. Help us get well beyond that goal tonight. Please consider giving. We greatly appreciate all the contributions that come in. So we've talked about Salvation Army, how it reaches so many different lives. In this case, it's children's lives. We heard from Captain Pena earlier talking about how it helps disaster services. But really, the Salvation Army is a very unique, amazing organization that has an amazing history. Let's learn more about that through the wonderful message from Walter Concrete.
London calling, attention all stations. It is 1902. The Marconi Wireless Telegraph Company of London, England prepares its first transatlantic message. It will be relayed around the world. Transmission time for each is limited. Stand by for wireless telegraph message from General William Booth. William Booth, founder of the Salvation Army, sends one word.
I'm Walter Cronkite, here to tell you the story of one of America's favorite charities, the Salvation Army. Have you wondered who these people are? This Salvation Army? I did, and this is what I found. I guess people at the Salvation Army are pretty much like all the rest of us. At least I'd like to think that. What is it about this organization that makes it, as they say, America's favorite charity? It prides itself on having a reputation for caring. From the Army's very beginning, its members and its workers have believed theirs is not a job, but a commitment. This Army's mission is summarized in a single word: others. The year is 1865. The American Civil War is quickly approaching its tortuous end. Lincoln has delivered his magnificent second inaugural, urging malice toward none and charity for all. In Britain, William Booth, a 36-year-old Methodist minister whose wife, Catherine, was pregnant with their fourth child, resigned his position as pastor of a comfortable church and aimed the thrust of his ministry at the wretched poverty of London's East End. Thus was born the Salvation Army, and on Christmas Eve, the only present in the Booth household was delivered by Catherine, a baby daughter, Evangeline, destined to extend her father's ministry and spread the joy of Christmas around the world. It's 1880, just 15 years after the Salvation Army's birth. New York newspapers recorded the arrival of a young man in full military uniform, accompanied by what were described as 7 Hallelujah lassies. His name was George Scott Railton, and he claimed to have orders from General William Booth of the Salvation Army to begin the Army's work in the United States. Near the docks in Battery Park, Railton and the 7 lassies attracted considerable attention with their singing and their preaching. He claimed he was ordered to wage war against evil and despair, and then he marched all who would follow to Mrs. Doolittle's 5 Points mission. In just 3 years, the Army spanned the continent with the simplicity of its spiritual and social message of hope and change. In 1890, Catherine lay near death, but urged her husband to do something about the awful scourge of child prostitution. Booth attacked the problem head-on, in the courts and in Parliament, with demonstrations of civil disobedience that resulted in the arrest of his oldest son, Bramwell. His pleadings before the courts of justice and humanity had a powerful effect in reducing child prostitution. Not finished, his next target was what he saw as the ugly, selfish use of young children as common laborers, which permanently condemned them to a life of poverty. Eva spends it all, the New York headlines trumpet in April of 1906. The infant Christmas present to Catherine and William Booth is now the national commander of the Salvation Army in America. San Francisco has just experienced a deadly earthquake and fire which ravaged the entire city with death and destruction everywhere. The commander, as she liked to be called, took more than $4 million, the Army's entire available resource for 1906, to the devastated city and spent it in relief of human suffering and pain. When challenged by the press, all she replied was, "God will provide." The record reveals he did. In 1912, as William Booth passed into glory, the world stood poised on the brink of war. World War I began in 1914, and by 1917 the United States was part of it. Eva, ever the national commander, won General John J. Pershing's approval and sent young men and women with the troops into the lines, bringing food and care and a touch of home. The donut girls of World War I seem elevated in myth, but history proves the reality of their courage. Story after story from every regiment and division, from every branch of service, revealed the compassion and selfless dedication of a different kind of army, a Salvation Army. Buddies, they were called, angels of the battlefield, bringing comfort and peace in the midst of war. The historic and memorable relationship of the Salvation Army with America's fighting men and women has continued through every armed conflict this nation has fought, always going over the top. And what of the Salvation Army today? That same sense of compassion, that same selfless dedication and devotion to people in need are the hallmarks of their creed. The Salvation Army stands for hope, its founder William Booth said. When every other light is extinguished and every other star has gone down, this one beacon shines steadily and clearly from the darkened sky, he said. If I could only get to the Salvation Army, they will do something for me. Throughout the entire world, from the killing fields of Rwanda to the snow-covered villages of genocide-ravaged Bosnia, this Army's mission is summarized in a single word: others. That's their motto, their mission, and their commitment. wherever human or natural disaster strikes. The Salvation Army still wages war. Its troops still go over the top for the hearts of men and women as they confront despair and disillusionment, as they attack alcoholism and addiction, and wage war against poverty and evil. It's a unique group of people in those uniforms whose good deeds have been prevalent throughout its history.
All right. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Great message from Walter Cronkite about the amazing service of Salvation Army. If you're just tuning in, you have tuned in to the 2023 26th Annual Billy Little Salvation Army Telethon, where every contribution that is coming in, collected by our phone bank of operators, helps a child from the greater Dalton area get to summer camp where their life can change so much for the better. Music, fine arts, teamwork, sports, the whole list goes on and on about the amazing things that happen at camps, and the only way they get there is through the contributions that you provide in this telethon. Our goal is $35,000, and I believe we're about to get another update to see where your contributions have gotten us thus far this evening. Joined tonight by Kylie and Leah. Thank you, ladies, both. You're doing an amazing job. So I will turn the total board stage over to you guys.
Thank you. We would like to again take this moment to say thank you to our sponsors, Krispy Kreme, Little Caesars, Crystals, Dalton Utilities, OptiLink, and again thank you to our donors, Sponsler, Combs, Bailey, Miller, Godfrey, Patterson, Riser, Scolario, and Kennard. Now let's take a look at our number.
All right, are we ready?
I appreciate y'all too.
Excellent. $16,210. Excellent.
We're going to send this over to let you watch a video about our summer camp.
All right. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Billy Little 2023 Salvation Army Telethon. And speaking of Billy Little, you may have just seen her come across your screen. She is hard at work. This woman never tires. And when you really are getting into the nitty-gritty of this event, it happens because of her blood, sweat, and tears. We thank you so much, Billy, for all you do. We thank you for these phone. Yes, a round of applause for Billy Little. Definitely. Definitely. Oh, goodness. Well, and the reason she works tirelessly for this event is because it impacts our area youth in such a major way. And the way that we can really make a difference, ladies and gentlemen, is through the gifts that you provide during this telethon. Please dial 706-529-3000 to make any contribution that you can. There is a bank of operators right now that are giving of their time to collect your donation. So please consider giving tonight and helping change an area Dalton youth for the better in this summer camps, be it the camps in Dalton, Camp Grandview down in Jasper, Georgia. Please consider giving tonight. We greatly appreciate it. Join with me on the telethon stage. We have John Zanders, Georgia Developmental Director for the Salvation Army, and it is so great to have you, John. And tell us a little bit about what you do with Salvation Army.
I'm the development director, so I oversee all of their fundraising, their website, their communications, PR, major gifts, helping generate money to send kids to camp during the summer.
Excellent. So, your travels have you going, around the state. You see different efforts, such as what we're experiencing tonight. What makes the Billy Little Telethon special to you?
What makes it special is Billy Little. I mean, you can't get any better than that. I've been in Georgia for 27 years. I used to run the music and arts programs for the Salvation Army in Georgia and the summer camp. And I met Billy and her late husband Norris 27 years ago and just fell in love with them and the program that they wanted to do to give kids an opportunity to get out of where they were.
Definitely. And you touched on your experience with the music program, and that's a key piece of the camp experience. Through your experience, how have you seen kids' lives change for the better from the components of camp, specifically the music program?
There are several things. So first of all, you see an immediate, right? You always see in their eyes, oh, wow, I get that. I played some great music, right? But during that summer, during that time, that week or the 5 weeks you have here in Dalton, you start seeing attitude change, mental change. A lot of kids are having a hard time to articulate and express their feelings and their emotions. And over the last few years, many have withdrawn. Music gives them that opportunity, holding an instrument where they can kind of hide behind something, but they can express themselves through something really special.
Oh, that's well said. And so, ladies and gentlemen, when you contribute tonight, you're helping contribute to children that maybe wouldn't have been exposed to the music portion of the camp that John just describes so well. And by giving any dollar amount, you're helping children from this area locally get to one of those summer camps. So we really do encourage you to give and give from the heart. It is going a long way to help these children. John, any last minute comments that would help someone contribute and make that decision to give tonight?
You saw some great interviews, and many times we as donors who give, and I've given my money already, so you can't get any more, okay? It changes lives. And we plant many seeds, and in these music programs, you're planting seeds. I'm a product of the Salvation Army. My parents' were alcoholics. If it wasn't for the Salvation Army character building music programs, I wouldn't be here today. So we are thankful for those many viewers, those community leaders who are wanting to be part of impacting and changing a life for the future.
Awesome. Wow, what an amazing testimony that is. I mean, here you are, a living, breathing example of someone who's benefited from the Salvation Army camp experience. So, John, we are just so thankful that you have joined us tonight, traveling this way, being a part of this. The event wouldn't be the same without you, so thank you.
Thank you
Yes, sir. All right. Thank you. Definitely. Judy, let's get an interview now about the family stores. What an amazing component of Salvation Army that is. Judy?
Hey, thanks, Jason. I'm glad now to be talking with Lindsay Foster, who's the business manager for the Salvation Army, and we're going to be talking about the family stores, which I love to talk about the family stores because there's so many things that are there, and people may not even realize what it is at the family store. And do you have one in Whitfield and Murray now?
Yes, ma'am, we do. We have one in both counties.
Tell me a little bit about the family store.
Yeah, so I think one of the biggest things about the family store is a lot of times people see Salvation Army and they assume that's all we are. So anything that anyone donates to the thrift store, whether it's clothing, furniture, miscellaneous household items, any of those proceeds that are sold into the store, all of that money goes directly back into all of our social services.
Yeah, that's great. And really, you can find some great finds there.
You definitely can.
Yeah. And I know that if you have a lot of things, say you've cleaned your house, spring cleaning, whatever, but they're great stuff, but you're just tired of it. Can you schedule a pickup?
You can, yes ma'am. So especially now, it is about to be yard sale season, so I know a lot of people will be cleaning out their things. We schedule furniture pickups Monday through Friday. So we do pickups in Whitfield Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And for Murray County, we do them Tuesdays and Thursdays, and that's every week.
Okay, super. Now, for people who may not realize, in Whitfield County, where is the clothes store, family store?
Yes, so we are super blessed at our Dalton location. Everything is pretty much central. So at our 1109 location, which is our social service office, where our food bank is located, the thrift store is directly across the street. So its address is 1102 North Thornton.
Super. And in Chatsworth, you'll find a whole different array of different items there. And where is that located?
That address is 815 North 3rd Avenue, and it's Chatsworth, Georgia.
Okay, super. Now, when we talk about the family store, you said the proceeds, when people go in to buy, the proceeds go back into the Salvation Army, and that goes for some of the programs I guess we talked about today.
Yes, ma'am. So any of the financial assistances, so if a client comes in and they need aid with a past due bill, all of the money, it goes into that. It also helps facilitate our ability to purchase food for the food bank, any of the needs for our clients in our long-term programs. Sometimes those clients, they may need help with childcare or getting things like that set up. So any of the donations made to the store, they have no bounds. We can use them for any of that stuff.
Yeah, that's great. Now, also, you can find, I'm sure, for people who might be interested in this, toys for kids.
Yeah, oh yeah. This store is a great place for really anybody. It has such an array of things. There's clothing, there's furniture, there's toys, household goods, there's paintings, books. Really anything you're searching for, you definitely can find in one of our family stores.
Right, right. Now, when you make a donation, I'm just going to talk right now because I'm in Whitfield County and I've made donations over there before. Do they still have the big, like, I guess, what do you call that, box? Whatever.
Yeah, we do. We have donation bins outside of our store here. So if someone has things in their car and they don't necessarily need to bring them inside, they have a couple of bags, they can throw them right into those bins. And some of the store employees, they'll come out and roll them into the store. The great thing, since we have wonderful staff here at both stores, they are able to help people in their cars as well. So if you're needing a little extra help getting some of the stuff out, then they'll help you.
I've had them come out and help me before, so it's great to have that service too. And then also, while you're there, you can get a receipt for your items that you brought in for tax purposes.
Yes. Oh, yes,
so it's a win-win, you know, as well.
Yeah, so anything you donate, if you request to have the receipt, you get that. You'll get a postcard in the mail. You can come back and shop. You'll get 20% off, so that's a great place
No,
to
I didn't know
donate
that.
too. Yeah, we've
Like-
done that for a long time.
So when you get your receipt, you bring your receipt back and show that?
All you do is when you fill out the receipt inside the store, we take all of those. Our receptionist in the office will type those up and you'll get it in the mail.
Never knew that. And I've donated a lot before, and I never knew that. That's something new I've learned tonight. So, again, this is just some of the services that we're talking about today or tonight, and we want you to continue making your donation tonight at the number that's on the screen, 706-529-3000, to the Billy Little Summer Youth Service. Now, telethon. Now, it says summer. Super summer. Well, it would be a super
It's
summer.
going to be a super summer for sure.
So anyway, we can take, I want to mention to people types of donations they can make through credit cards tonight as well, right?
They can. So on the screen there should be a QR code. So you can scan that with your phone, go on and do an online payment, and you can do that after the telethon also.
Great. So keep it coming, guys. Thank you so much for being with us. We're going to now toss it over. Well, actually, we're going to look at a video of the Salvation Army Family Store. And then after the video, I guess we'll go back over to Jason. So let's look at the Salvation Army Family Store video.
All right. I'm always amazed for the Salvation Army, their family stores, and the amazing things that they offer. Please consider going by one of the Salvation Army stores and helping support Salvation Army and get you some great stuff, no doubt about it. If you're just tuning in, ladies and gentlemen, I'm Jason Hopkins, and I have the privilege of serving tonight for the Billy Little 26th Annual Salvation Army Telethon, where we're helping local youth get to summer camps to have life-changing experiences, getting exposed to friendships they'll have for a lifetime, to exposed to fine arts, music, sports, teamwork. The list goes on. And by dialing 706-529-3000 and having a call fielded by one of these guys in front of me, every dollar counts. Please consider giving tonight to change the lives of our area youth, getting them to a Salvation Army camp experience this summer, or at one of our local camps, or the summer camp Grandview in Jasper, Georgia. So I talked about these guys in front of me. We're so blessed to have them. These are Salvation Army board members giving of their time, collecting phone contributions, and I want to talk to one of them who's come year after year, which we thank, Mr. Bill Bowen. Bill, what keeps you coming back every year?
Well, the Salvation Army internationally has just done so much good. And Keith, if there was ever a time when youth needed a mentor or a guide or some principles, boy, it's now. And this summer camp that we're trying to raise funds for gives these young people, a few weeks of really positive leadership in a summertime that they sometimes get a little too much free time. But boy, if we ever needed a strong mentorship with young people today, it is today. So, if for no other reason, that alone, in addition to all the other good works that Salvation Army has undertaken for many years. So that's a good reason.
I think it's a fantastic reason. Thank you so much for serving tonight. We appreciate it tremendously. Mr. Bowen said it so well. If there was ever a time for kids to have a positive experience in their life, it's no better time than what can be offered from the Salvation Army summer camps. That Billy Little, over 26 years, has worked tirelessly, yeah, that's easy for me to say, to get contributions and get kids to the camp experience. So please consider giving tonight, 706-529-3000, or the QR code on your screen to contribute. Speaking of contributions, we are now going to be going to the total board for the latest total.
We want to take this time to again give our sponsors a big thank you, and those would be Krispy Kreme, Little Caesars, Crystals, and Dalton Utilities OptiLink. We also want to thank our donors, Rollins, Daniel, Davis, McDaniel, Angelia, and Kelleher. All right, Leah?
Let's get our updated total. All right. $19,600. And we're going to send this over to Jason.
Okay, thank you so much. 19,000, just over 19,000. We are excited, guys. We're well over the halfway mark for our goal of 35,000. And this 35,000, it stays local. It helps the children from the greater Dalton area get to a Salvation Army summer camp where their life is changed. If you're just tuning in, you've joined us for the 2023 Billy Little Salvation Army Telethon, where we're collecting dollars by calling 706-529-3000 or going to the QR code and contributing via credit card, PayPal, Apple Pay, etc., etc. We'll take the contributions any way we can, $1, $2, $5, $10, $15, whatever you can give. Just know that those dollars are hard at work getting kids to the camp, experiencing a life-changing experience by the donations that you provide. So please, please consider giving this evening. We thank you so much for that. Joined on the telethon stage tonight, I'm with Cherry Robertson. She is co-chair for this event. And, Cherry, tell us, there are so many organizations that you can contribute to. How long have you been serving with the Salvation Army?
This is my 6th year.
Okay. Fantastic.
I've been doing it for 6 years now, and I've enjoyed every minute.
Excellent. Well, as I mentioned, you could choose from so many other organizations to donate your time. What really keeps you and has caused you to serve for that long of a time?
Anyone that knows the name Salvation Army knows their meaning for hope and compassion. And to me, that's what's needed for every individual, is just hope and compassion.
I think if you were to really put a theme on this event, the hope and compassion that we're providing children through your contributions, it really does set them on a pathway that is such a positive light in an otherwise dark world. And so please consider giving 706-529-3000. And if you were to really encourage folks to give tonight, Cherry, what do you feel is one of the big motivators for this event tonight?
Children, just open your heart, open your wallet, and put smiles on children's faces this summer. Get them out of their normal routine. Get them into a safe place where they can enjoy just being a child.
Yeah. Oh, man. Again, I sometimes I feel like a broken record, but if there was ever a time for a child to have a positive experience in their life, it's through the experience of camp. And these aren't camps where the kids we're trying to help go to the camp. They just don't automatically go. They don't necessarily have the means to go. And the only way that this goal of $35,000 works, if we get to that goal, is through the contributions that you provide us tonight. So again, it may seem like a small amount to you to give. Give it. Please consider. Again, $5, $10. Just dial 706-529-3000. Use the QR code and the many ways that it provides you to contribute. Credit card, PayPal, Apple Pay. We just encourage your giving tonight. We've heard on this stage tonight testimonials of individuals that are now adults that had such a great experience through through the contributions. There's that phone ringing. All right, that's a music to my ears. But these individuals, through the contributions that have come through the Salvation Army for the summer camp series, these individuals now have had really that life-changing experience to get them to their adult life now. And so just think, it's not just so much getting somebody to camp as it is you really are changing their life. So please consider, dig deep. 706-529-3000, and Cherry will end on this again. One more ploy, or a plea rather, to those that are watching. Really, what's a big motivating factor? Another motivating factor to give.
Just basically, the donation that you bring will help bring smiles to kids' faces. It will help bring them safety, security. It'll open opportunities that they've not had over the summers. My son has actually been a volunteer at the camp, and he remembers it, just seeing the kids smiling and enjoying their day and having something to eat, whereas if they were at home, they may not have that opportunity. But it's just bringing smiles and security to their faces.
Oh, man. Well, Cherry, thank you so much for your service, for giving of your time, for being here this evening. It is truly making a difference. And with that, again, Salvation Army making a difference. We want to learn a little bit more about some of the programs that they offer. Judy's interviewing Captain Pena. Judy? Oh, no, I'm sorry. I missed that one. This is... so sorry. A Grandview camp video. More about the camp. This video, Camp Grandview. Thank you.
1 week at Camp Grandview will give a child a world of opportunity. Located at the foot of Sharp Top Mountain in scenic Jasper, Georgia, each summer, Camp Grandview comes alive with hundreds of children making lifetime summer memories. Camp Grandview is available for everyone, but thanks to the generous donations of our supporters, it is affordable enough to give thousands of children from low-income families the opportunity to enjoy fresh air, exercise, good food, and develop new and healthy friendships. Their camping experience is more than just a pleasant vacation. Children learn new skills and self-reliance in a safe place from trained counselors who understand their emotional needs and are able to help them mature. Each week during the summer months, approximately 250 children from age 6 to 15 come to Camp Grandview from all over Georgia. They get to see and climb mountains, canoe across a lake, swim and dive off a diving board supervised by certified lifeguards, fellowship with children their age, and experience Bible study and worship every day. Campers also get the chance to learn music, dance, and drama through the Music and Creative Arts Conservatory, where professional instructors help develop their creativity and imagination. There are countless stories of wonderful camp experiences, and Camp Grandview wants those stories to continue to the next generation. For many kids across Georgia, Camp Grandview is only possible through your generosity. $225 can send one child to camp for a full week and give them an experience they can take with them for a lifetime. Donate now and change a child's life forever.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. 2023 Billy Little Salvation Army Telethon, where every dollar that you contribute is helping a child in need from this area, local to Greater Dalton area, get to a summer camp, life-changing experience. 706-529-3000. Please give. Every dollar counts. We want to learn a little bit more about the special programs that the Salvation Army offers. Now we're going to an interview with Judy Elliott and Captain Pena. Judy?
All right. My next guest tonight again is Captain Niorka Pena. Hey there. I was just going to say, you were on just a few minutes, earlier in the evening, and bringing you back here tonight. But we're going to talk about something else that we didn't talk about earlier, and that is about the services and programs that you offer. We kind of have maybe touched on some of those, but let's talk with you about some of those.
Yes. People in the community, when they hear the name the Salvation Army, the first thing that comes to mind is the family store, right? Or when we are outside the stores during Christmas collecting money with a little bell in the back.
Oh, yes, the bell.
Yes.
Yes.
But we are more than that. We are also a church, and we have many services for the community at church. We have every Sunday from 10 to 11, we have breakfast and fellowship. And then at 11 o'clock every Sunday, we have our service, our holiness service, where everybody's invited. So if you need a church, come to us and enjoy
That's
fellowship.
wonderful.
Yes. We also have youth programs every Wednesday at 5:30. And we have a bunch of kids in the community that come, and from 5:30 to 6, we serve a hot meal for the kids.
Every Wednesday?
Every Wednesday. Every Wednesday from 5:30 to 6, we serve a hot meal for kids. And after that, we do many activities with kids. We do singing and dancing. We have a music teacher that teaches kids music. We also have craft that kids can learn arts and craft. And every twice a year, we rotate to different activities for the kids.
Aw.
So it's great. Kids love it. And we love having the kids from the community.
That's wonderful. Now, if someone's watching tonight and they see a need, their children or their child needs to fit into something, how do they get them involved with the youth programs?
Well, they just, some kids need transportation, and we offer those.
Oh, that's
We offer
nice.
transportation. We can come to your place, pick up your kid, and then we drive them back home when we finish the program. So the only thing, if you would like to send your kid, just call us to the office. You can either bring your kids or let us know if they would need transportation.
Right.
But it's great. It's great to see how kids grow in learning and how beneficial it is for them to create new friendships and learn new things with us.
Wonderful. And what is the Salvation Army telephone number to call? Not the one tonight for the telephone, but just a general number.
Yes, you will see it here on the. I don't know the phone
Well,
number.
that's
but
okay. That's all right.
I'm terrible with my memory. Is really bad. But
We've got it. We
but
can just look it up
we
on
will
Salvation
put it-
Army. You never
yes.
call yourself.
No, I never call myself.
That is too funny. But you can call Salvation Army, and you can find that listing on the internet, on Facebook. I'm sure you've got a
Yes,
Facebook.
we have it on
I did
Facebook.
want to talk about. You do have Facebook page.
Yes, we do. We do have a Facebook page that we weekly we update with new information about all the programs that we have.
Yeah, that's wonderful.
Yes.
And I know that we talked a little bit earlier how kids' lives are changed, and adults are changed with the Salvation Army.
Yes.
So, and we talked about this being the children, the youth services part of it, but I'm sure seeing kids get involved there, and then even go to camp, they come back different children sometimes.
They come back different children, yes. Just all the experiences that they have during the time of summer camp and Wednesday programs. And then also moms, when they come, we invite them because we have a women's program.
Really?
For ladies, yes. Every Monday, we have a women's program at night at 6:45, and we do all kind of things. It's so much fun, Judy. We do craft, and we go to coffee shops, and we just share experiences.
I don't think I've heard of that. Is that a new program, or is it something we haven't talked about?
I don't think we have talked about it before, but it's not new. We've been having those programs for the longest time. Also, we have ladies in the morning on Mondays for seniors. And it's great. It is a great program with the seniors. They come and they have so much fun. We celebrate birthdays and just
wow,
it's amazing to share with them.
Right. The Salvation Army, I know, covers the entire person's life. Really.
Correct. Yes, that is true. We try to cover everything, right?
Yeah,
Not only
that's right.
focus on one thing,
Right.
but we help in many, many ways.
Yeah. Well, good grief. I could go on forever, but I gotta go back, and we're gonna go to a video. One of my favorite videos. I think we're gonna watch This Little Light of Mine. Is that what it is? Yeah,
Yes,
This Little Light of Mine.
This
Okay.
Little Light of Mine.
All right, take it away there.
This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine.
All right, we're going to give another big shout out to our sponsors. Those would be Krispy Kreme, Little Caesars, Crystals, and Dalton Utilities OptiLink, as well as a thank you to our donors, Chatsworth Lions Club, Tharp, Christ Church Presbyterian, Yarborough, Morrison, Estes, Pujadas, Little, McCamey, Felker, Lumpkin, Robertson, Winter, Wright, and Sims. Thank you guys so much, and let's take a look at our number.
All right.
Oh, hey now.
We're at $24,345. We're getting very close to our $35,000 goal, so please make sure to give us a call to make a donation. Jason, back to you.
All right, thank you guys, Kylie and Leah. Thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, we're making some great progress here. Just over $24,000 raised. If you're just tuning in, 2023 Billy Little Salvation Army Telethon, where we're helping local Greater Dalton area youth make it to summer camp. That's what this is all about. It may seem simple. Really? Contributions for a camp? What's that really going to do? Well, we've heard actual testimonies tonight where dollars given, $5, $20, whatever it is, has actually helped individuals from what they gathered from the camp experience and helped them into the trajectory and into successful adulthood. And so just that contribution, this contribution tonight helps make that difference. The number to dial for contributions is 706-529-3000. You can actually continue to make that call even after this telethon ends. 706-529-3000. Again, even if you sleep on it and you want to give in the morning, we'll be glad to take that contribution, 706-529-3000, or use the QR code. We've got a bank of individuals that are ready to field your call. Some of them are already on the phone right now. So please do consider giving. It really does make a true impact, and it's helping area youth. This is not something that's going to a different part of the state, different part of the country. It's helping the Greater Dalton area. So please do consider giving. We would greatly appreciate it. It just makes all the difference in the world. And so again, we've got some amazing Salvation Army board members that are here. I'm going to grab Bill Bowen's ear again. He did such a great job describing this experience and why people should give. So I'm going to ask him again. You know, we may have some new audience members out there. Bill, why should we give to this event?
Well, once again, Keith, it's just a wonderful organization, nationally and internationally. It's not just, as you said, confined to the Dalton area, but all the funds that are raised here tonight, stay here in one way or another. We are helping to send young people to the summer camp, Salvation Army summer camp over near Jasper, and also the in-house camp here in Dalton. And as I said earlier, if there was ever a time that our youth needed a strong mentor or a program that they can feel like they can accomplish something, it's now, and that's what this goes for.
Yeah. No, that's it. No truer words have been spoken. Thank you, Bill. Again, we just really want to encourage your dollars to help area youth and help get them to the camp. But as a reminder, what they're exposed at the camps. I mean, they're exposed to typical stuff like swimming and sports, but there's so much more. There's powerful messages shared with them. This is a ministry, and really just exposes them to biblical principles, to music, fine arts, things that they otherwise wouldn't be exposed to. And we even heard it tonight where people chose a career choice because of what they experienced at the camp. So please consider giving 706-529-3000, giving to this amazing ministry that has been put on now for 26 years by Billie Little. 2003 Billie Little Salvation Army Telethon. So again, please consider giving. Any way, putting your phone to the QR code at the bottom of the screen, or calling 706-529-3000. We would greatly appreciate it. So I think we are about to get a new total. So with that, I'm going to kick it over to Leah and Kylie.
Okay, welcome back. Again, a huge thank you to our sponsors, Little Caesars, Krispy Kreme, Crystals, and Dalton Utilities OptiLink. A big thank you to our donors as well, Little, McCamey, Moore, Hammock, Hudson, Wright, Zanders, Davidson, Wilson, Elliott, McGill, Glenn, Thompson, Myers, and Minor. Now let's take a look at our update.
All right. I've got my Salvation Army. I've got my Salvation Army hat on tonight. Boy Scouts, Rotary, or anything else. Anyway, we're doing our annual telethon, phone-a-thon that we do.
$31,650.
Jason, we're going to send this back to you.
Okay, excellent. Oh my gosh, ladies and gentlemen, we are so close to our goal. just under $32,000. The goal is $35,000. Please help us blow that out of the water. We are so close. We still have time, but to be honest with you, even after this telethon ends, by dialing 706-529-3000, you can still contribute. We'll take those contributions. That'll help us surpass that goal. And even if we exceed that goal, which we hope and pray we do, every single dollar will help kids from this area get to both a local camp in the summertime, this summer, or to Camp Grandview down in Jasper, Georgia. Beautiful, beautiful camp, and just a wonderful, wonderful experience that we're exposing kids to. I'm joined here on the telethon stage with Captain Pena with the Salvation Army. And Captain, you've been serving for a number of years now. How long have you been affiliated with the Salvation Army?
Well, I've been affiliated with the Salvation Army general over 20 years. But as an officer, I've been 9 years an officer. 5 of those first years we spent, my wife and I spent in Gainesville, Georgia, and we have been here since 2019 here in this community.
Well, we are so glad that you guys are a part of this community, and even more so part of the Salvation Army. Your leadership is making a difference in this community and what we're doing. This is probably one of the fastest 2 hours I ever spent in my life. It's just amazing how quickly it goes by. We're throwing a lot of information out there to people about the Salvation Army. Of course, tonight's purpose is to help the area children, help the area youth get to a summer camp. And from your experience, what have you seen? How have you seen kids impacted? How have you seen these dollars that we generate through this? How are they impacting kids' lives?
Well, they impact the kids' life because they will take 6 weeks from the summer to learn something, to have somebody there that care for them, to have somebody there that can say to them, you can do it, you can do it.
Right.
So that is the impact that I see. I see life transformed by camp. I see people that learn how to play an instrument and never touched it before. You see their determination, their courage. When they go to the piano,
Right.
just that they just learned like few weeks ago and sit there with class and play something in the piano, something simple, but it means so much.
Yeah.
And to see their laughing, to see their joy, and also when we do our recital, when they show what they have been learned through the time there, the parents feel that pride. You know, like they are proud of what their son has done. That's what your money is doing. You know, your money is changing people. So that's what we do this. That's what this gentleman gave their time and do this to help to raise the fund that we need to get a successful summer camp.
Yeah. No, those are some fantastic words, and you touched on something that really resonated with me, and we've said numerous times tonight that if not for these contributions that we receive, 706-529-3000, if not for these contributions, these kids don't go to the camp. Many of them aren't able to go. And so you had mentioned that parents can see the fruits of the camps in terms of what the kids are exposed to, be it to music, sports, teamwork, what have you. And there's a sense of pride with that. And so, think about that. Many of you that are watching this program right now, you're parents. And maybe you do have the means of sending your kid to a camp. But think about that in terms of the many parents that are also watching, that are seeing this program, that desperately want their children to be able to go to one of these camps. Please consider giving. It makes all the world, it makes all the difference in the world if you were to contribute $1, $5, $20. It really, there's no amount that's insignificant. We want to make sure that we're receiving these tonight. And again, even after this program ends, and you're seeing it or thinking about it, please, you can still call 706-529-3000 to provide your contributions. Credit card, PayPal, Apple Pay, bank transfer, really any way that we can take anything. We'll take it in any way, shape, or form. That is so true and so impactful. Your contribution. So please consider giving. We're at just under 32,000. The goal is 35,000. So we're so close. We're almost out of time. So please consider giving. One last push here, Captain Pena. You've seen firsthand kids impacted from these camps.
I am. I have seen it with my own eyes, and you can see it too, because we invite you to come to our recital, so you can see what I'm talking about. We had a chapel that holds probably about 70 people, and that day of the recital is over 100 people there, and more parents seeing what the kids are doing. And we had an excellent staff that care for them, and that's one thing that we do. We care for the kids. We want what is best for them, and that's why you should consider to donate to the Salvation Army.
Oh, thank you so much, Captain Pena. And he touched on something just there: a safe environment. We want our kids to be exposed to the principles that are offered through the camp experience, and the Salvation Army offers such a great, safe, principle-based environment for our kids. So let's, with that, again, our goal is 35,000. I think we have a total board update, so we're going to kick it over to Leah and Kylie.
Okay, thank you so much, Jason. We're going to give a huge thank you again to our sponsors, Little Caesars, Krispy Kreme, Crystals, Dalton Utilities OptiLink, and of course our donors, Harlan, Foster, Young, Bandy, Hare, Brown, Little, Bates, Rolling Campfire Community Fund, Pennington, Ridley, Cresswell, Cofield, Ellis, Brown, Embry, Hayes, Bryant, Davies, and Brock. Thank you so much for all your contributions. We want to remind you to keep calling after the telethon is over. Again, that number is 706-529-3000. We appreciate everything that's given. Okay, let's see what we have so far.
All right.
right.
I don't think we're ready for this update.
Yes, we
Yes,
are.
we are ready. We're ready. Hey now.
We have surpassed our goal. We're at $49,410. We're so excited. We're hoping that we can continue to get some more donations. Give us a call at 706-529-3000. And again, we want to give a huge thank you to our sponsors, our donors, our advisory board, all the Salvation Army staff, and of course the station here for helping us host our telethon. And of course a thank you to Billy Little.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to send this back to Jason.
Hey, I am flabbergasted. Thank you so much, Leah and Kylie. Great job on the total board this evening. If you are just tuning in, you've tuned in at a fantastic time. This is the 2023 Billy Little Salvation Army Telethon, raising money for area youth to get to summer camps where they will experience amazing, amazing things, life-changing things that they will carry with them for a lifetime. And it's through your contributions that we can get these kids there. But not for those contributions, the kids don't go. We just got a total board update. We blew the goal out of the water, $49,400, but there is still time. Every dollar, even over the goal, helps more kids go. The phone's ringing, 706-529-3000. And so please consider giving. There's a QR code on the screen. Put your phone up to that, and that will give you more ways to contribute. Even after this telethon stops airing, please continue to call 706-529-3000. And we just really want you to consider giving tonight. We've got a great panel of Salvation Army board members. And I want to go down here to the front to Mr. Bryan and thank him for his service. And just want to, for the studio audience, what really brings you back in helping with this wonderful event?
Well, we've been doing it for years, and the fact that I've heard the stories from parents that their kids were able to go to this and how it impacted their lives and such a positive experience. It's always really rewarding to know that we're helping kids have making an impact on their lives.
That's it. Thank you so much, and thank you for your service. We truly do appreciate it. Yes, sir. All right. Well, Mr. Bryan's words are so true. This is an impactful experience. These dollars do not leave this community. It helps our area youth, and we thank you for those that have contributed thus far. And those that will continue to give. 706-529-3000. We just encourage your contributions. And Miss Billie Little, she's done an amazing job over 26 years with this telethon. She's always just working so hard behind the scenes and sometimes even in front of the camera. We do appreciate her, and we appreciate this group. Please continue to consider giving. Every dollar counts. We are at $49,000, just over $49,000 in contributions raised tonight. We want to continue to blow that goal out of the water. Please consider giving. So I think, do we have another total board update? Oh my gosh, y'all! In 1 minute. Okay. That gives you 1 minute to continue to get contributions in. So please, I know. Let's see, 706-529-3000, the next caller, I'll do a dance, but we have to hear a phone ring. 706-529-3000. You got to contribute too. But we want to hear those phones ring. Oh my gosh. Do I have to get my dance? Okay. All right. Here we go. There we go. All right. Oh my gosh, I probably should have done that an hour ago. That's good. Oh, that's too funny. All right, guys, anything to raise money for these kids, we'll do it, definitely. Again, thank you so much. Do we have the new total? If not, I will. It's coming right now. Okay. So as they're getting that ready, ladies and gentlemen, again, we will continue to take contributions. 706-529-3000. Thank you so much again to you all who have contributed and will continue to contribute. We do appreciate it so much. Again, these dollars stay local, and they help the kids get to the summer camp. We heard testimonials tonight from children that are now adults that reference their experience in camp that help set them on a trajectory of an amazing life. And so thank you so much for contributing. So, all right. I may have to do a drum roll. All right. All right. Leah and Kylie, take it away with our new total.
Okay, the moment we've been waiting for. But first, we want to give a big thank you to our sponsors, Little Caesars, Krispy Kreme, Crystals, Dalton Utilities, OptiLink, and of course our donors, Carpenter, Grammer, Shaheen, Davis, Elrod, Marlowe, Adamson, Long. We appreciate every contribution. Now, the moment we've waited for.
We're going to show a little love here.
52,000, my goodness.
This is fantastic. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen, for your donations. Again, keep those coming in. Again, every dollar over the goal still goes to help area youth go to summer camp, the Salvation Army summer camp. So with this, we've got an amazing people, amazing team. Miss Billie Little, I've got to sneak over here. What does this total mean to you?
I can't really describe it. You said it right. The number of children that we can able to send to camp is by the amount of money we raise. They've been telling me that for 26 years, so I better believe them.
Excellent. Thank you. And a big round of applause for our phone operators. Thank you all, Salvation Army board members. We can't do it without you. Thank you so much. All right, excellent. So with that, we are at an amazing amount. We're still collecting dollars, and is that a is that a wrap?
No one knows.
All right, thank you so much. All right.
Reader 1017.
Ruth 2:11.
James 11:9.
When I was hungry. When I was lost. When I was stoned.
You gave me help.
Faith.
Joy.
You gave me a chance. Amanda 4:6. When I was saved.